Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcoring Guides, bringing you my BioShock wrench-only run on Survivor with no Vita-Chambers difficulty. Today we're doing Level 3, Neptune's Bounty. And yeah, I will never get used to saying that thing. That took a few takes to figure out how the heck I was supposed to say that properly. Even then still, I feel like the titling is still kind of off, because I was kind of hoping I could have like, you know, difficulty run, maybe like at the end of the name of it. But I think at this point, it's basically already too late. I've already decided that I'm just going to call it the BioShock Wrench Only Run, because it makes more sense, and then have it be on a difficulty. Yada yada yada, hardcore and stuff, who cares, right? So yeah, I know it's been a while since I've actually done any commentary. I'm actually feeling pretty good about doing commentary, strangely enough. It's been a while, it's been a few days, actually, since I've done anything related to any commentary at all, really. Because I've been doing, you know, South Park, The Fractured Butthole on my other channel. So, yeah, and then with this, it's been, I think, a good solid couple of weeks now. It is now 2 days, 2 days after Christmas of this year, and I'm now finally edited the next 4 episodes. So, those things could be done anytime now. Now, granted, you know, rendering is kind of a problem too, so it might take a little bit longer than I was hoping for. But in terms of talking about the run at hand here, as you saw, I just decided to say screw it and hacked the turrets. I don't know why I keep saying screw it. I don't know. I have a loss for words. I'm not really good at this wording thing that I do. But yeah, I used the turrets, and I was kind of hoping that maybe the turrets would possibly hit the Big Daddy at the same time, which you will see me do that later on, is where I'm just gonna, you know, hack the rocket turret, because there's like only like one rocket turret in this entire level anyway. So I'm just gonna hack the, you know, the rocket turret and let him do his thing. Oh no, that's right, there's 2. I always forget that like this one always just blows up so fast that I just don't bother with it. Granted, you could hack this one, and that way you can lead a Big Daddy to it if you wanted to. Or just have it to where it hits anybody else. But I didn't think that far ahead. Speaking of not thinking far ahead, I have to say that something did cross my mind, and that was Photographer's Eye, the tonic Photographer's Eye, which basically helps it to where if you've done research on any enemy, your damage that you do outside of just normal combat, you know, you will do just extended more damage. It's worded in a really weird way that makes it sound like you're gonna get more damage when you research them, but yeah, it's so confusing. Anyway, so the thing is I want to say is, if you ever wanted to use Photographer's Eye, that's also a really good tonic to use. I never did because I'm stupid. You're not stupid if you don't use it. I'm just saying, like, I'm stupid in the fact that, like, I just didn't really think about it, you know? I didn't really consider it, which that's kind of what ended up happening with this wrench-only run anyway. And to be fair, wrench-only run on BioShock, you know, using plasmids and using camera, if that's free to use, is not as difficult if you were to do it without them. So, which I would assume those are probably... That's probably damn near close to impossible, especially if you were to use no tonics. No tonics, no upgrades, no nothing. Then that would actually make the game actually hard. The only way I can see this game ever being truly hard is if you just had no upgrades and no nothing to play with, pretty much. Speaking of upgrades, I'm thinking about doing it. I might even do it today, I don't know, but I think I might know what my next guide could potentially be. I've been in the mood for it for a bit, and I'm thinking about maybe tackling it, but then again, we'll see how far my patience go. But just to let you guys know, I don't want to make people wait, you know, and wait till like the end of this guide or this run just to find out. Maybe I can do God of War 2. I know I brought up, you know, doing Bayonetta, but I'd have to like go unlock, you know, Infinite Climax again, and I don't know which version I'm gonna play on. I definitely don't want to play on the PS3 version though. I'd rather have it like on a newer console, so I may just end up saying screw it and maybe just doing on the Switch, because this might sound strange to some, but I actually enjoy Bayonetta on the Switch. It's really weird, I know. That's kind of been my sort of pseudo home for it for a little while. I have Bayonetta almost on pretty much just in everything at this point, just because I like Bayonetta 1 a lot. I tend to do that. I don't actually have BioShock on Switch yet either, because I'm still trying to find a physical copy of it. I know they exist. I've seen them around. It's just every time I go to, or every time I, poke my head around to think like, oh, do they have it? And then nobody does, so. Eh. And I don't really want to Amazon it and just wait. And plus, it's not that big of a deal. And another thing, too, is like, yeah, I could just buy it digitally, but that wouldn't feel very good, I don't know. So, yeah, I typically do that with a lot of games I love, is I like to have them on different consoles. I have Bayonetta on PS3, I have it on 4, and I have it on Switch and PC. And also Wii U, technically, because I have the Bayonetta 2 that came with Bayonetta 1. I wish I had the Bayonetta 1 and 2 Switch physically, but I couldn't find those either, and then I gave up, and I'm like, screw it. But yeah, I ended up actually just really enjoying playing Bayonetta on Switch. I don't know why. I have no idea why. It just feels nice. So that has nothing to do with pretty much what the guide or whatever is going to entail. I mean, it's not like it's going to change much. I mean, it's still basically just at hand a PS3 game. Just, updated for graphics and stuff and what have you. And I don't really play it on PC very much, so I'd have to go through the entire game, again, just to get all the stuff and what have you. Speaking of other console stuff, I recently bought Resident Evil 4 for the Wii, and I was having fun with that. But then I started playing it on, the PlayStation, and I'm like 4 or 5 chapters in. So, yeah, that happened. I like the Wii version. I think it's fun. It's a nice novelty fun game to play, but, like, yeah, my dumbass got addicted to playing Resident Evil 4, and then just said, screw it, I'm going to play on controller, because it makes things just a bit easier. A bit more comfortable, It's just a bit more comfortable. The Wii version's cool, but yeah. Why I bring that up is, well, maybe one day I might just say screw it and do like a Wii version Resident Evil 4 Pro guide or something. I don't know. Anything can happen. Also, I don't know what the hell he was shooting at. I assume that there must have been a spicer that probably followed me then. I mean, that would have to be it. Yeah, that had to be the case. In terms of other stuff, what have I been up to? Well, South Park. Oh, I did recently buy God of War Ragnarok, and I've been playing the shit out of it. I actually do enjoy it. I'm just kind of worried if the replay value might diminish when I go back to play it again, if ever. I probably will play it again, because weirdly enough, God of War 4 just kind of felt not the best when I originally played it. I remember not liking it nearly as much, but then I started on like repeat playthroughs. I started to actually kind of just accept it more, and started to enjoy it a bit more often. And then with BioShock Ragnarok, with God of War Ragnarok, I enjoyed the story. I enjoy the combat a bit. It's just that I feel like the levels are kind of flat, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like everything is just like, here's the desert level, but now here's a forest version of that, and then here's a this level. Like, yeah, God of War 4 did that too, but I still feel like maybe this is just me being stupid, but I feel like with God of War 4, because they used less of the realms, that maybe they decided to put more emphasis on making them feel more like a level. Because, like, you get to explore Midgard, quite a bit, which is a pretty damn good level for God of War 4. But then, like, in God of War 5, there's hardly any Midgard, really, so yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything for anybody. I'm just saying in general that, like, I feel like the levels just feel a bit more flat. You do get to explore some nice realms and stuff, but some returning and what have you, some new, of course, so there's that. I just want to throw that out there. That's always nice to hear. I won't tell you what, but I'm just saying that that is the thing. Also, I ran out of camera here. I ran out of film. I ran out of film like an idiot. So, also, one thing that I end up doing a lot, and you'll definitely notice, especially in Fort Frolic, is I just realized I have to hold on. Did I even end at Fort Frolic? No, because we have Farmers Market. That's right. Okay. Yeah. So you'll see me do it in Fort Frolic, but I typically just try to. If I have the opportunity to get a security bot, I'm pretty much just gonna try to take it, That way, just I have the extra bit of defense. But like I said earlier, if you wanted to make this game almost nearly impossible to play, like the Vita-Chamber thing doesn't really matter much. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't make it any harder. Because at that point, like, you could just continuously just save scum and be fine. So, it's not a big deal to me. But, yeah, the hardest thing I could see for this game would have to be, you know, no tonics and no upgrades and stuff. So, especially if you're doing wrench only, because you can't really upgrade the wrench. So, the only way to upgrade the wrench is, you know, with a tonic build. So, if you didn't have tonics, yeah, it would also make hacking much harder too, because then you wouldn't have security tonics to play with. And that would also just kind of, or engineering tonics, sorry. That would also just kind of, you know, end up, maybe possibly biting you in the, not really biting you in the ass, but like make it just a bit harder to deal with. And then having no camera and having that extra damage research and stuff would be hard too. Granted, you know, that's if you're doing wrench only. If you're doing like with guns and having no upgrades, you're still gonna have a hard time. But even then, still. But yeah, like wrench only, like just a pure wrench only. Yeah, pure wrench only. No tonics, no health and Eve upgrades. No nothing. No using other guns. No using plasmids. No camera. And no damage, because why the hell not, right? Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be bullshit. No Atom, but like you have to physically get the first one. You have to, like you're basically forced into it. I mean, maybe there's a glitch where you can probably break out of the bounds or something to escape that, but you know, I don't really know those offhand. I do know a fun little trick that does kind of work every once in a while is where you can use telekinesis on like a trash can. And if you jump above that trash can, you can kind of go like flying across the floor. So that's something that's kind of a little bit fun for those that want to do it. I think that might be a version only thing because, well, I didn't try it too hard, but I remember like trying it once in here. It might have been shown. I don't remember. I think it was like an earlier on level that I did it in, where I tried doing it, but then it just didn't want to lift me and let me go. But I think, I'm trying to remember where I did it at exactly. I think maybe it's just the PC version that I'm talking about. Like the PC remastered version, which is kind of, sort of, if I remember correctly, I think the remastered is just sort of dog shit. But that's the thing though, like with PC is like you can only get, as far as I know on Steam, you can only get like the original, you know, the original BioShock, which just comes with, you know, easy, normal, and hard, of course. And then remastered added the survivor mode, which is weird because the console versions have survivor mode. So I don't know why that was ever really a thing anyway. I don't know why they never implemented it whatsoever, to be fair. You know, I probably should have actually asked my poll whether or not I should use the camera or not. Well, I mean, I think it's safe to say it's fine. I mean, I don't think anybody really cares either way, to be honest with you. You know, I'm still doing a wrench-only run, so I'm not using any of the weapons. And I really hope that it's not boring to anybody. I really hope you guys are enjoying the wrench-only aspect of it. Mainly because, like, I enjoy playing it with wrench-only. But, you know, watching it visually might be different. I'm enjoying watching it, but I can't say for, you know, everybody else. I just love the way that BioShock just works and just is. It's so fun and nice. Like like I said, even I'm just kind of enjoying myself, you know, watching myself play it. Here's where I was actually having quite a bit of a struggle here. I almost died, so luckily I didn't, of course. And when it comes to wrench only, you know, the one weakness of Nitro Splicers obviously would be telekinesis, which is always nice to have. And then yeah, make sure when you go in that room, if you don't want to fight the next spider splicer yet, then don't go in the room. But if you do, well, you're going to have to deal with him. But luckily, spiders usually drop health, which is always nice. So you can always pick up some medkits if you happen to get hit. But yeah, keeping on static discharge probably isn't the best idea unless you know where the big daddies are. If you know, because like big daddies usually spawn in like the same damn place. So if you know where they're going to be at most of the time, then you should be fine. I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't remember the door code offhand. I don't remember most of these codes. I only know like a few codes. I know like 0451, and of course I know like, you know, the door code to the elevator and Olympus Heights. So yeah, which is 5744. Mainly because like I've listened to those audio diaries so much that I just kind of just got used to them. Well, the first one wasn't even an audio diary. It's just a thing that you find. It's just a code, which actually became kind of like a Easter egg type thing too. In terms of like, well, they're now called ghost story games, I guess, but originally Irrational Games. Basically, the creators of BioShock, which I'm pretty sure was Irrational, but I could be. That's the thing, though. I could totally be wrong. Maybe it might have been like one of the 2Ks. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah. See, sometimes like I'm not always, you know, the most right, so it happens. Yeah, seeing that security bot there, you know, I take my chance. Why not? Dealing with the Nitro, I don't want to have to deal with another security bot at the same time. And plus, with, you know, with her throwing grenades and stuff around, it's just going to cause more of an issue if I happen to accidentally blow up the security bot with it. And that would just be very unfortunate. Also, this is just completely off topic, but all of a sudden, I just now, all of a sudden, got this weird mood to really want to play Donkey Kong Country. I don't know what happened. But I got the time to do it. Why not, right? Yeah, technically, I probably should just record these. I can do this and Smuggler's Hideout right after and just have them done pretty quickly. I would get these more. I would get these out more faster, but it's just that rendering is just kind of a turd. So, and the reason why I'm able to get South Park out so fast on my other channel is because I record on OBS and I just immediately just record. Like it records with commentary and, you know, gameplay. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit off sync, but I'm not really ever 100% sure. Oh yeah, I was actually going to bring that propane tank with me just to kind of set down near the Big Daddy, because I was like, we could probably take him on. But then a guy appeared and I'm like, screw it, and I just blew him up, so. Also, one thing that seems to happen quite often, and especially, like, mainly in the remastered version of these games, is I get these really terrible loading times that just never load. And that always just really pissed me off. I'm playing the console version, by the way. So I'm playing the, you know, the PlayStation version. So that's, I'm playing the PS4 version of BioShock Remastered. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could have played the PS3 version of it, but, you know, what the hell, right? In all honesty, like, in terms of, like, graphical updates, I don't really see much, to be honest with you. I mean, BioShock has always just been kind of muddy. So, which I personally think kind of actually helps with the game a bit in terms of the game look. I think having it look muddy and nasty just kind of works really well and kind of adds to the charm of the game, to be fair. It's kind of like in the same way like with Mario 64, where it has a very specific look to it that I feel like just makes it look nice. And I get really offended whenever people say like 64 looks like dog shit. Like, no, I really love the way, you know, 64 looks. Like, even fucking DK64. Like, I don't like that game very much, but, you know. What the hell's that noise? Must have been snow. But yeah, even then, still, like, I just, yeah. I still like it. Also, my stomach is just exploding. I had 2 donuts and a small, like, half of a sub sandwich. So, my stomach is about to explode in any minute. And I just happen to be recording at the same time. So, that's never fun, is it? But yeah, in terms of wrench only, you're probably going to notice that I'm going to be going atomless for, like, a good portion of the game. At least until Fort Frolic. And you can get away with most of everything that you have. Like, yeah, you can see, like, I'm not doing that much damage to the splicer. But damage research definitely does help. You know, camera research helps big time. Having security bots helps big time. And all that other fun stuff. If you didn't have it, this would just go on for so long. Like, she basically, at this point, almost has, like, Big Daddy health. Judging by how just damn tanky she is. It's ridiculous. I don't know why her specifically, like the other spider, seemed to go down, you know, relatively faster. I think it's just... Sorry Sorry. I think it's just because, the reason being is, you know, maybe since she's like the last of the splicers, you probably end up going defined. Maybe they made her the most tanky for whatever reason or whatever. So who knows? But yeah, I'm going to skip all that crap. We don't need to sit there for like 5 minutes, listen to the Peach talk about just, you know, pretty much just dog shit. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might play some Donkey Kong after this. I'm going to tell them a little bit wrong here. I do actually have DK64, but I wish I had it actually physically. I have the Wii U version, so... I know I said I don't like it, but I'm one of these days, man, one of these days, I'm going to just force myself to like that damn game. Somehow, some way, I'm going to at least try. Maybe I might even stream myself playing it, trying to like it. I don't know. Probably not. The streaming, I'm kind of afraid of doing. I'm just kind of afraid of, like, you know, talking to people, like, while they're there. Because then it's like, if I say something wrong, someone's going to point it out and then instantly just get, you know, thrashed for saying something wrong. Also, I did hack the Hell Station, if you're wondering. I just had a really bad edit cut there. So, yeah. And then also, during that cut that I was doing while hacking that Hell Station, I don't know if anybody was actually able to catch it or not, but I actually did pull out not only the machine gun, but also the revolver and shot like, you know, 15 different splicers. So, it runs over. Sorry. Yeah, that's just kind of my own brain doing that thing where it's like every time I do an edit or a cut or even fast forward, I'm like, you know, I keep feeling like someone's gonna end up being like, you know, because you fast forwarded and because you edited or whatever, we didn't get to see the full run, so therefore, you know, this is not a fully verified run. You know, you didn't really actually do it, BioShock Wrench only, whatever. And it's like, I mean, who cares, man? Like, who gives a shit, you know? I can give you my honest truth that I actually did it, but, you know, well, that's never enough because it is the internet, so can't really believe everything you hear. And like I said, that's just kind of my own brain bugs doing its thing. I know no one's going to do it. Somebody might as a joke, and it's probably going to be like years into the future when someone's going to do that joke, and then I'm going to be offended, be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Without realizing that I actually said something in the video. That's happened before, actually. Where I think somebody might have responded to something I said in the video, and it came off really rude. And I was thinking, like, what the fuck, you know, like, what's this guy's problem? Only to later find out that I had said something in the video, you know, which I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I feel like that happened. And now I'm starting to actually not believe myself. I don't know. Now I'm starting to question if that actually happened. Okay, I don't think it was probably that extreme, but I do remember somebody saying something once, and I got a little upset at it. It turned out that it was basically just nothing. And I could have sworn it had something to do with me in the video. I don't know. I know there was a recent one with Ratchet where I basically I pretty much said that, you know, I didn't really care that much for 2, and then I got flamed for it. But then, like, in the video, I'm talking about, you know, it kind of like in a nice way, too, so I don't know, man. And then, like, I had a really bad way of explaining myself, because I eventually did go through all the Ratchets, and I actually found a new love for Ratchet 2, just a bit more. So, yeah, I kind of outdated myself every single time that I do something. So, yeah, I guarantee you 20 years by now, my opinions about BioShock 1 are probably going to change. So, whatever I say in this video might be changed, opinion-wise. I might be a whole different person. I might just be spouting off like, yeah, I fucking hate BioShock, it sucks. Blah, blah, blah. You know, Judas came out, it's great. Better than this, so, I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time when we take on Smuggler's Hideout. So, as always, take care, everybody.